So on this 90-degree day, my goats have decided that they don't like being in their pen anymore because we have a portable pasture. We put it where we want them to clear. And they completely and totally obliterated where I just had them. As you can see, they actually like chewed it down to nothing, to the point of grass nearly dying. So they've been getting out the past 2 days. So we have to move them over to the next side of the pen. And I always underestimate what a pain in the butt it is to move an insane amount of goat fence. So right now I'm walking with my weed whacker, and I have to go weed whack a path through the willy wax over here and try to be able to get my fence. There's one end of my fence. I have to go down through all that, get to the other end of my fence, and then hook up my, I have a solar fencer out here so I don't have to run cords. And then hopefully they'll be able to go back out. And of course it was nice and sunny, no sign of rain. I start moving fence and my rain aware app goes off that it's gonna start thundering in 5 minutes. So we'll see how much I can get done. Because right now I have some loose goats and sheep wandering around waiting to get back in their path. You see this, it's like as tall as I am, even though I'm not particularly tall. But I'm trying to not think about the fact that there's like bugs and snakes. Super fun. All right, I'm off to weed whack. I'll show you the fence when I'm done. Finished the goat pen. Well, goat pasture. It's not pretty, but it's up and they have grass and they're still just kind of hanging out in the short grass, which they're foolish because they actually have like nice shade all along these trees and the long grass, and instead they're laying on the high end that has no shade. They did a hell of a job where they just were. We have like this part that can be mucky, so it's kind of in between where our barns and our house is, in one of our back pastures that we actually end up haying now. So we figured we put the goats here, temporary pastures, so we can just get it cleaned out. And oddly enough, I had already had a pumpkin planted there when I moved them here, and they really didn't mess with it that much. But as you can see, they really, I mean, even like this tree, it's down to like nothing. I can chill. Oop, killed it. And it started out long like that to nothing. So rotating them around, they should have green pasture for the season, and we'll get this part cleaned out. So it's a win-win. Oh my gosh, my kids are such dorks. I don't even know how this got here. Walking through here, and I found one of their hats. I don't even know. I'm gonna leave it because they'll be like, oh, I remember I put it on that tree out in the pasture. No, it's really funny walking through here. Whew, it's rough. And I just have this little stumps that they left, which again, it was like that, and that's what they did to it. So, moral of the story, anybody that has land to clear, get some goats. They do a really good job. Zucchinis are doing fantastic. Tons of them, tons of them. This is time to make some bread and zucchini bread and have some squash. My lettuce is doing ridiculous. Couldn't tell you all the varieties I put in here, but it's doing really well. I actually did come out and trim some stuff. I've had some stuff, like my peppers are driving me nuts, like I don't even get it. Doing good? Not doing good. I have watered and fertilized and trimmed and everything, and I don't know, I'm just not having the best luck. And usually peppers take right off for me, so it's really weird.
Look how big this is.
Carrots I've planted in 2 different spots in 3 different varieties, and I cannot get a carrot to come up to save my life this year. It's been incredibly sporadic, which is driving me crazy. This guy likes green beans, not cooked, just fresh. So he'll eat them as long as he's picking them from the garden. Over there we have broccoli, green beans, cucumbers, and then tomatoes, 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 tomatoes. We have Jet Star, cherry tomato, sun gold, alpaca, Amish paste. What else do I have going this year? I don't know, I have quite a few varieties.
Got more.
You got more of them? You want to go in and get supper going?
Yeah.
Okay. These are my Red Ranger boiler chickens. I have never done these ones before as meatburts. I'd heard some good things, so I figured I'd go ahead and try it. As you can tell, they think I'm coming with food because now they're all coming to the corner. She's really cute. And I have one that somehow, I'm not even quite sure how, managed to get out. And he runs every time I try to get him. Everyone else stays in here, except for him. So Red Ranger's supposed to have really good meat and be ready to send out for processing at about 10 to 12 weeks. So a little bit longer than like a Cornish cross, which I actually got some of those last week. But between the fact that I've had these for a few weeks and I got the Cornish cross now, I have 60 birds total, and they'll all be able to be processed at the same time. Every year for like the past 10 years or something, we put in a little pumpkin patch. And every year I say next year it's going to be bigger, and it gets a little bit bigger, but I think next year we're really going to go for a huge one. Right now it's, I don't know, it's fairly good sized, I suppose. My kids are adorable. They come out as soon as we start having actual pumpkins of any size and claiming whose is whose and who's taking what, and they will remember it until we come out and harvest them. We usually bring the tractor out, and we'll usually fill up, I don't know, like 3 or 4 tractor bucket loads of pumpkins, so it's enough for what we need. But we are hoping to have a farm store shortly, which we would have pumpkins at. Another reason why I want a bigger pumpkin patch next year. God, I just can't even help but like weed as I come through here. Like, why is that right in the middle of my plant? But it's been a horrendously hot weekend for here in Maine. We do not usually have like really hot weather. And it's been in the mid 90s since like Thursday, and this is Sunday. So everything, including the people, are a little wilty and a little hot. So checking on my gardens, getting ready to do water everything. I don't always water my pumpkins, except for the fact that it has been so hot that they're gonna need a little extra attention. But just about time for dinner here, so it's my last walkthrough for the night. We always eat super late. There's just always 1.5 million things going on. And the only way we can get everything done is by pushing supper back until nearly bedtime. So that's the last walkthrough, checking on the goats and the chickens. Everything else, doing a final watering of my gardens. But it was a very busy and hot weekend here. My kids, half of them have lived in the pool, lucky duckies. But that's it here from Windy River Farm for this weekend. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like us and subscribe. Thanks.